A temple to chocolate. Who likes chocolate? This is Daniel Vitalis, and I'm in Sedona, Arizona at the Chocolatree Organic Vegetarian Eatery. It's one of my favorite restaurants in the raw food and superfood community. I've been to a lot of them around the country. I really like this one. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna show you what I like so much about it and introduce you to the people who run it. One of my most favorite things about the Chocolatree is that they're not using flax seeds to produce the crackers that they do here. That's so important to me. For years now, I've been aware and been trying to share the message that flax seeds are a really estrogenic food, and eating them every day as a staple food, like so many people in the raw and superfood communities do, eating flax crackers daily, all the time. All that phytoestrogen has a tendency to feminize the body, sometimes in a really negative way. And one of the things I love is that their crackers here are all made with chia seeds. That means I can eat them. That's exciting for me. These are the legendary chocolates here in the Chocolatree, made by the alchemist here, Kelly, and the blacksmith of chocolate. You're going to meet him in Jeffrey. We'll take you out back to their chocolate lab where you can see where all of this is produced and how it's produced. This is the chocolate room, and inside is the laboratory where they produce the chocolates here at the Chocolatree. It's going to be fun to talk to Kelly a little bit about chocolate and how he's gotten involved with cacao over the years and what he learned in his trip to Ecuador. So this is Kelly, the mad chocolate alchemist here at the Chocolatree. And tell us the name of your company?
Chocolate Superfoods.
I met him a couple years ago, just briefly, but we got to connect a little more deeply in the last couple of days here, in the last week at Eden Hot Springs. And he's taught me some things about cacao, which I'm really excited for you to see. And Kelly, why don't you tell us a little bit about where it starts? I guess it probably starts with the cacao bean, doesn't it?
It starts with the cacao bean. It actually starts with the tree and the farmers in Ecuador. And we've traveled down and we've found what we believe are the finest beans.
The first thing that I notice about these beans is how really clean they are, and I'm used to beans that have a lot of like kind of grime on them. What's the deal here?
Well, we get a totally non-fermented particular bean from a region that we really, source from, that we like the flavor of. We like a sweet, nutty kind of coffee flavored bean, and then we wash them. We have them washed, and to take off of that grime. That grime can actually hold, weird funguses and things that you don't want. Right. So we make sure it's very clean and do all the microbial testing.
So they're tested then?
Absolutely, everything's tested.
So how did you arrive at this bean? Because obviously when you started making chocolate, I assume like everybody, you started with what was just available on the market?
That is a long story, man.
But you traveled down to Ecuador to secure a source for yourself.
We did. We decided that, after we picked out a flavor profile and started understanding about raw and what was really going on, we decided to go down and check it out and work with our friends down there that we made and help them do things properly,
right,
raw and clean and all the testing.
So you were able to get the farmers to build things to your standards so that you get the bean that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Awesome. And you've taken it a step further, we've seen as well, because this right here, tell us a little bit about this paste that's right here.
This is a paste we grind. You can see that that's from these beans. These beans are very raw and they're kind of purple.
Yeah, because this whole paste has like a purple color to it, which I've seen when I get really fresh cacao beans. I break them open and I can see the purple, but I'm used to the paste being really oxidized, and that still has the purple color to it.
This is very fresh. Typically, in order to get nibs, if you take a look at these nibs, you get a little different color. In order to get the skin off of a nib, you have to ferment it slightly. It makes it easier in the process to get the skins to come off.
Okay.
Otherwise the skins are really rubbery and sticky.
Right.
And with a slight fermentation and a little more of a drying process, then the skins come off. They're a little more, flaky.
Okay.
Less rubbery. So when we bring in the whole beans, we actually grind it into this paste, and this is what we use for a lot of our specialty stuff. And then we also grind the nibs, and we use that for more of our production. The things that go out to Whole Foods and stuff like that. Most of the purple stuff is just kept here for the treats that people get to come and eat at Chocolatiers.
That's the higher end cacao
That's
paste.
the higher end cacao.
Now this stuff here, is this made with that same cacao paste?
This is. Isn't that correct, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
This is the purple paste. Let me see.
You can see that this still has like that slight violet kind of purple color to it in the interior of it where it's just not oxidized. How do you keep it from oxidizing?
Well, there's two things going on. One is oxidation that does turn things brown, but more of what's going on is a drying process that turns things brown.
Okay.
You know, in the drying process, like I said, has to do with getting the skin to come off and break the beans down into nibs and be able to remove all the shells. This is just a really raw, unfermented bean, basically. Very fresh.
And tell us what's going on over here.
Over here, this is the grinder that we've been working on for many months, and this is where we do all of our grinding. This is custom built by a good friend of ours here in town. It took us about 6 months to put this together.
Wow.
And quite a lot, you know, it's just a real engineering feat. We can do 60, 70, 80 pounds at a time.
And so what do you actually pour into this? Cacao nibs?
We do nibs, beans, we soak and sprout almonds, dry those, and make almond butter.
Oh, great. So you're making nut butters in here.
Nut butters, pecans, coconut, you know, everything. Macadamia nuts, pistachios, tahini.
And what's so special about this grinder compared to, say, other grinders?
This one moves really slow, low and slow, no heat whatsoever.
And internally now, if you have a look over here, these are, if I have it correctly, these are granite wheels that are actually doing the grinding. Is that right?
They are. It's a black. These are big pieces of black granite that we put together, and they're rolling on a granite base.
So this is neat. So as this rotates this way, the wheel here rotates backward.
Yeah, you can see it.
Wow, it's a gyroscope.
It's a gyroscope. It's like the Merkabah, man. It's the Fibonacci spiral.
And was there a specific reason behind why you would use granite?
It's hard. It doesn't absorb any water, and it doesn't absorb any fungus.
Right.
You know, it just absolutely can't absorb anything.
And I would think with the stone here that you cut down on oxidation quite a bit, by not having the big pieces of steel running over the stone the whole time.
Low heat, in typical mass manufactured chocolate, they run it through like a particle reduction machine. You put the nibs in one side, and in 30 seconds you have a paste coming out the other side.
Extrude it out on the other side.
Yeah, high heat, really fast, all steel cutting wheels. Boom.
So this slow and low heat process you're doing helps to keep all of those phytochemicals intact, and that's part of what makes your cacao so strong, eh?
Absolutely.
The cacao here is really powerful.
Yeah, we really watch the temperature with everything closely, all the way from the farms to the grinding process to our storage and setting processes and shipping.
Amazing.
You know, we keep it really in check.
Where can people learn more about what you're doing? How can people contact you, and how can they get a hold of some of your chocolate?
You can go to our website, chocolatesuperfoods.com, and there you'll find emails and phone numbers to connect with us. And soon, we will have an amazing website up that'll have all of this stuff available. Whole Foods Market carries our finished products, as well as quite a few other independent retail outlets.
And if they're in Sedona, they can come by here at the Chocolatier.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. This is one of the most beautiful and cutting-edge establishments in the community that I've seen, not just in the United States, but also Canada, also in the UK. I mean, this place is amazing.
Yes.
And we love you!